All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're hitting the reset button. We're going to talk about getting off that hamster wheel of chasing the latest trends and start focusing on building a real business and honestly a real life that's built to last for decades.
Okay, let's really dig into this because it's the core of everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. Seriously, think about it. If you've got a killer disciplined system for your morning workout, guess what? You can take that exact same framework, that same dedication, and apply it to your projects, your finances, even your relationships. If some area of your life feels off, chances are you've already got the winning recipe somewhere else. You just have to apply it.
So it's time to level up. It's not just about being focused anymore. We're moving on to developing a tougher, more resilient mindset, something truly built for the long haul. Look, the goal has evolved. The whole idea of laser focus, we've drilled that in. It's in our subconscious now. It's part of our toolkit. But just watching and learning isn't going to cut it anymore. The real shift is toward applying that focus with what I'm calling a bulletproof ambition. It's about taking action, moving from just absorbing information to actually building something that can take a punch and keep on going.
Okay, so how does this new mindset actually translate into your business strategy? Well, it all starts with what you choose to promote, what you choose to stand behind.
You've really got two paths here, and the difference is massive. On one side, you have the opportunity chaser, right? They're just promoting some random thing for a quick commission. But then you've got the passionate advocate. Think about a business partner doing a makeup unboxing. They're literally glowing with excitement because they genuinely love and use those products every single day. That passion? You can't fake it. It's visible, and it's what builds real, lasting trust.
And that's the crucial point here. Passion leads to a sustainable business model. Why? Because your excitement is contagious. It naturally puts you in the right niche, in front of the right people, and usually it means you're promoting real, consumable products that people actually need, month after month. Let's be honest, real humans buy real things, consistently. That's the foundation for repeat business that can last forever.
You know, this whole idea of building something that lasts, it actually reminds me of an iconic example from pop culture that just drives this point home perfectly.
Come on, you remember this, the one and only Macho Man Randy Savage. But that legendary catchphrase, snap into a Slim Jim, it's so much more than just a memorable line. It's actually a masterclass in longevity.
So here's the real takeaway. The powerful part? Macho Man has been gone for years, but Slim Jims, they're still on every single shelf. The brand he helped build is so powerful, so iconic, that it literally outlived its original champion. That's the goal. To build something with such a solid foundation, a consumable product, unforgettable branding, that it just keeps providing value and generating revenue for decades.
And this really is the question you have to ask yourself deep down. Is your business model just a short-term cash grab, or are you actually building something with real, lasting value? Are you building a legacy that people will want for years to come? So if you want to build that legacy, you've got to have the right tools, but more importantly, the right philosophy for using them. And that means embracing both the classic and the new, not just constantly chasing the next shiny object.
The key here is all about synergy. It's about mixing the old with the new. For instance, why not combine some cutting-edge AI-generated visuals with a massive library of classic, royalty-free stock footage? See, timeless resources don't just become obsolete. When you pair them with new tech, they become part of an even bigger, more powerful creative toolkit. And this gets to the philosophy behind the tools you choose. Instead of chasing the most cinematic or perfect platform that just locks you into endless monthly fees, the goal is to find tools that are built for the long run. You want platforms that let you own your creative process, that let you build a stable business, not ones where you're just renting access to the latest fad. This workflow right here really shows the power of that philosophy. Just imagine having one single space where you can generate unique AI assets, pull from huge stock libraries, and plug in your other creative tools. This kind of holistic approach means you're not just a consumer of tech anymore. You're the director of your own creative studio, building your entire vision from the ground up, all in one place.
Okay, finally, let's talk about how to use all these tools and this mindset to break free from the stale, boring, repetitive marketing that is everywhere online right now.
I mean, let's be real. The online world is flooded with people doing the exact same thing, over and over and over. They're one-trick ponies, and frankly, it's making marketing totally boring and completely ineffective. They're stuck and they're scared to get creative. This little comedic clip just nails it, right? It highlights the sheer power of being different.
When you can stack your skills, when you can do AI videos, you can edit, you can handle the tech, and you actually make it fun, you instantly separate yourself from the entire crowd.
So here's the bottom line, the crucial point. Your real competitive advantage isn't one specific skill. It's your ability to combine multiple skills, to get creative, and to actually enjoy the process. That's what separates you from everyone else who's just mindlessly following a script.
And hey, if you're ready to actually put these ideas into practice and build a business that breaks the mold, we're doing a live training tomorrow. We're gonna walk you through the real practical steps of turning this creative, multi-skilled approach into a profitable business.
So as we wrap this up, I just want to leave you with that one thought to chew on. What's your legacy going to be built on? Chasing fleeting trends or creating timeless value? Have a great and creative rest of your day.
Yeah, hustle bear in the building. Adrenaline truth, this that run up the hill grind. Pressure make diamonds, I've been cutting through the steel line. Dreams don't chase you, better get it while the will grind. Legacy's a blueprint I've been building on the real time. If fear's in the room, I'm the one to make it goes quick. Faith in my chest, watch me load it like a full clip. Haters catch the wave or get washed in emotion. Action over doubt, that's the hustle bear doctrine. I've been running through the noise with a fire in my lungs. Every setback was a lesson, now I'm speaking in tongues. From the bottom to the summit, all I needed was a spark. Now my pain got a purpose, see the light in the dark. Ay, motion over madness, that's the code that I keep. Every dream need a soldier, I ain't losing no sleep. Put the doubts in the dirt, plant the faith like a seed. If you want it, go and get it, that's the hustler's creed. I woke up with a mission like the rent due on my oxygen. Purpose in my pocket, every loss became a document. I'm calibrated differently, my hustle got a doctorate. Turn my fears to employees, got them working on my confidence. Life hit me with storms, but I learned how to monetize the rain. Pain became a passport, now I travel through the strain. People love excuses, cause excuses never change. But action pay the bills, that's the truth inside the game. Had to cut some ties, their weight don't climb. If your circle ain't moving, then you running out of time. I ain't waiting on a sign, I was born to be a beacon. Hunger ain't a mindset, it's a language I speak in. Every day is overtime, I ain't got no halftime. Walking with a lion heart, built it from the bad times. Legacy's a contract, God signed the bottom. Now I hustle like the devil, never wanted me to blossom. I done fought my own shadows, had to box with my doubts. Took the quiet route to freedom, now my voice too loud. You can measure a man's truth by the storms he survives. I took every closed door as a gem for my mind. Pressure got a flavor, I've been learning how to taste it. Fear is just a wire that your courage gotta break with. This grind ain't pretty, it's sweat, grit, pavement. But comfort is a prison and dreams don't do arrangements. I came from the trenches of excuses and delay. Now discipline the engine, keep me pushing through the day. I ain't working for the moment, I'm investing in a name. When your legacy the mission, every step becomes a flame. People talk potential like it's somehow gonna save them, but potential's just a debt, action's how you gotta pay it. Success ain't in the future, it's a choice in the now. And if you waiting on approval, you ain't ready for the crown. I've been running through the pain like a treadmill on fire. See the ashes of my doubts, that's the proof I'm getting higher. Every no became a hammer, built a kingdom out of trials. Faith drove the steering wheel while hustle held the tires. Ain't no elevator up, just the stairs of intention. Gotta climb with conviction, every step is a lesson. The grind is a mirror, what you see is a reflection. If you lazy with your actions, you gon' struggle with direction. Had nights where I cried, but the tears paid dues. Had fights with my pride, but the growth came through. Every scar got a purpose, every bruise got a clue. If you scared of the fall, you ain't ready for the view. I'm a soldier for the dream, that's the hope that I keep. Motivation ain't a moment, it's a promise you repeat. If you walking with excuses, you ain't walking with me. And if you want another level, you should hustle like a beast. I've been running through the noise with a fire in my lungs. Every setback was a lesson, now I'm speaking in tongues. From the bottom to the summit, all I needed was a spark. Now my pain got a purpose, see the light in the dark. Hey, motion over madness, that's the code that I keep. Every dream need a soldier, I ain't losing no sleep. Put the doubts in the dirt, plant the faith like a seed. If you want it, go and get it, that's the hustler's creed.
Before Facebook, there was MySpace, and they had everything. MySpace was the platform, music, profiles, custom pages, millions of users. Then Facebook showed up. Clean, simple, no clutter. At first, nobody took it serious. MySpace had the lead, they had the culture, they had the traffic, but they made one mistake. They stopped improving. Too many ads, too slow, too messy. Facebook, they focused on experience, speed, connection, simplicity, and users started switching. Slow at first, then all at once. MySpace didn't lose overnight. They faded, while Facebook grew. Today, one is a memory, the other runs the internet. This is what happens when you stop evolving. Your audience doesn't leave fast, they leave quietly. Then, suddenly, if you're building something, build it like it has to survive tomorrow. Comment hustle if you're not staying stuck.
I give you food for action, don't choke on the truth. This lesson I prepared was made just for you. Feast up, I'll keep serving till the pot run dry. Got enough cooking to feed the whole country, no lie. Too many flavors, you know, I got what you like. Don't start beefing with me, you won't win this fight. If you come in peace, keep your teeth intact. I got a plan to get this cake, come grab a stack. Life could be sweet, if you listen, you'll see. Food for action on a platter, served fresh by me. I'm serving knowledge on plates, got the recipe down. A blend of hustle and wisdom, that's my sound. I'm feeding the masses, no crumbs, full course. But if you bring nothing to the table, find the door. Stop acting like you got beef, it won't taste right. This flavor's reserved for those ready.
Okay, family, we are live. We are live. And once again, I want to welcome you guys back to another episode of the Hustlers 10-Minute a Day Challenge. Today is Strong 42, day 1, and we are right at 16 minutes into today's challenge. So let's start peeling the curtain back. Now, today, you know, I woke up clean out of my sleep. The last thing I remember was having a dream about either I was a general ready to go to war, and one of my soldiers, he was frustrated. He was ready to go to battle, and somebody ticked him off. Somebody ticked him off to the point where he pulled out his sword and he clean cut straight across the throat, chopped, lobbed off the head. I don't want to be too graphic. Always have that worry that I'll be the one person, or, you know, one of those people that always gets censored while everybody else is allowed to do and say whatever it is that they want to say and do. But it'll be me that'll get censored for whatever reason, right? But I'm starting to step out of that comfort zone. I'm starting to move out of that. And I want to be more authentically me, more graphic, more of what I'm comfortable with being. It's hard staying PG. I'm gonna tell you guys that. It's hard being PG, but I do it. I do it for a specific purpose. I do it because I wanna be able to speak to a wider audience of people. And I don't want to alienate too many people right off top. I'm gonna slowly give you more aspects of me and get to know you as we go through the process. But yeah, I woke up out of my sleep to the alarm clock right at that moment where he went straight across, lobbed off, and we was about to go to war. And that said to me that it was time to get up. it's time for war. It's time to go to war. Just like it seemed like the whole world is in the uproar and at war, you have to be the same when it comes to your personal life. You can't just let everything go on around you and you just sit back watching and thinking everything is cool, everything is sweet, and everybody else is out there getting it. They get into whatever it is that they trying to get to, and they're not making any excuses. They're not pretending like everything's nice and sweet and you know everybody's living good. No, they're showing you a lot more graphic scenes. They're showing you who they really are in the real world. So it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to be 100% authentically you or not. It's a hard transition. It's a hard transition to make, but it seems like the floodgates are being opened when it comes to just graphics, being graphic, showing the world a different side, showing the world that side that, you know, people fear. And of course, when it comes to having that graphic side, it always takes me back to the old saying, the old idea of yin and yang. There's a counter side to that. So just yesterday, all over the world, it seemed like while wars are going on, there's also protests being held. So we just recently had a bunch of, protests, or as they call it, no kings protests in the US. And I know it's that this movement has spread around the world in a way. And people are protesting peacefully. They're letting their voices be heard. They're expressing themselves in a way that they feel is the best way for them to express themselves. And once again, that's their choice. That's their option. And that's their right to express themselves, show who they are, and stand up for what it is that they believe. So we want to do the same. We want to stand up, express ourselves, show who we are in the best possible ways that we can, or maybe even the worst possible ways. Now, I was doing some research and I didn't even have to do too much research on this. I happened to see some clips throughout the week and it was kind of funny, but there's a comedian. And it's funny, I never thought that he really considered himself to be a comedian, but I guess that's what his official role is or his official title is. But there's a comedian that's been going viral lately. And it's because he has a specific way of expressing himself. And this last way that he expressed himself is just as controversial as his previous way of expressing himself, right? And it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder how what is the mindset or the mind state of someone like this? You have to have a lot of courage. You have to have a lot of confidence in order to do certain things. You can stay being yourself in what, we know you are or to be. You can show yourself physically, verbally, in a specific manner, and then you can completely reinvent yourself and become a whole other character. You could do that online. You can do that and show yourself and express yourself, state your message. You can do it bold and loud, or you can do it colorfully, creatively, and without being too direct. So before I scroll down, I'm not sure if you're watching, if you recognize this young comedian. His name is Drewski, and he's been all over social media for various reasons, various skits. I guess you call him, that he's been doing. And he likes to, the first word that come to my mind is he likes to cosplay, so to speak, right? He likes to cosplay. He dresses up as different people and he delivers a message. He shows various sides of these people. He brings to light various sides and aspects of these people as he's cosplaying them. And recently, he cosplayed someone in a very controversial way. And this picture right here is crazy. There's a video going around, and everybody knows who he's cosplaying without him even saying the person's name. It's kind of evident and it's clear to everyone. And that says a lot. That says a lot about his ability to get into character. And that says a lot about the person themselves who he was actually cosplaying. See, online, when you show yourself to be a specific type of person, people will recognize that. They'll look at it and they'll say, hey, that's them. They might not know who you are in real life when the cameras go off, but if you play a role, people will recognize that role that you play. And they'll link that role to you. They'll think that that's you 24/7. Whether it is or not, we don't know. And you have to decide when you're on your success journey, when you're building your business online, and I believe we've touched on this before in previous lives, but you really have to decide who it is that you want to be. Who's that specific character? Who's that hero that you want to play? Do you want to be Clark Kent or do you want to be Superman? Do you want the world to see Clark Kent showing up doing the superhero work, or do you want people to see Superman doing the superhero work? Which one is more attractive? Which one do you think will get the most publicity? Which one is the best representation of you and what you want to be known as? And this right here, this cosplay, this skit that he did was so spot on that it sparked a wave of controversy, I guess you would say. There's all types of people talking about what he did. And so, of course, it brings him to the spotlight. And we are talking about him today for, a specific reason. If you haven't seen the skit, maybe you might want to look at it. But all you have to do is just start typing in Drewski, and you'll get the exact title of what it is that you need to search in order to see it. But there's a powerful message behind what he did. He did it in a creative way. He showed or represented a person without, once again, having to say their name. And, not to be funny, but, he's cosplaying as a blonde-haired white woman, which could be one of any blonde-haired white woman, right? But like I said, even though it could have been one of any people, any one of your favorite actors, actresses, stars, celebrities, because a lot of them look alike. A lot of women, they have those characteristics. But what he did and what he displayed, it laser focused, identified with one particular person. And now it's being said that she's furious about what was said and what was done. And I want to hear her response to it. But what I've been hearing is other people's responses, other people's replies to this particular skit. And it's been funny. I haven't seen the downside of it. I haven't seen anybody saying anything negative about Drewski. But they've been actually saying that he's on point, that, this is that person that he's representing, and that person, you know, needs to be held accountable for their actions. And I'm avoiding saying the person's name. I don't know why. I don't know why. The algorithm works in a funny way. If I say the person's name, then of course might get a little bit more traction. But I did that on purpose because if you haven't seen it, or if you have, then you should know who this person is. But when we look at situations like this, once again, we have to see the message, learn the lesson, and how we can use this to our advantage. There's so many ways that you can go viral, and it doesn't necessarily have to be you yourself that pushes the narrative. It could be somebody else that pushes your narrative, whether it's good or bad, and they can bring a spotlight to you, whether it's a good spotlight or a bad spotlight. I hate that picture right there, so let me scroll up. And he did something that, you know, nowadays only a few people are capable of doing. He's in his own lane. He's carved out his own type of niche that, is identifiable to him. And if you see anybody that's dressed up, cosplaying, so to speak, then Drewski is the first name that comes into mind. But there's a strong lesson to be learned once again. Who you show up as, people are watching. People are identifying with you, and people are not identifying with you. I saw a post from one of my business partners, and she was saying that people have been basically cloning her page and using her image to help build their online business. And it kind of ties into this. It made me, want to talk about this subject because it's another example of how things could be used for good, things could be used for bad. And if you build up a good reputation, if you build up a reputation of being helpful, being positive, of being that type of person that, is helpful, that can get a person from point A to point Z, then people will want to dress up like you or re-represent themselves as you. So there's a flip side to the coin. You can be funny and comical about something to bring or shed the light on a person who, might not be acting right, might be, a little sketchy. And then you can do the same thing to represent somebody that, most people respect and like, and do that for your own benefit. And when it comes to my business partner, people are, cloning and using her picture for the purposes of attracting a target audience of people who already kind of know, like, and trust her. And it's for the purposes of them, capitalizing on her celebrity like status, on her clout, as they say. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. Hopefully that was helpful for the right person, because it's just a lesson and a message in representation. How are you being represented? How do you represent yourself on a daily basis? And how you can actually use that to your benefit. Now, I want people to not cosplay me, not clone me, but I want them to be able to speak highly enough of me to say, hey, he's a person that's knowledgeable about specific areas of whatever it is that you want to share with your audience. He's a person that's knowledgeable about online marketing, about content creation. And I want you to be able to use that to your benefit. I want you to be able to leverage my authority. Let's put it that way. I want you to be able to leverage what we have here within the Hustleverse. I want you to be able to leverage the tools that we have, like the Hustlers 10-minute a day challenge, where you can actually be a representative. You don't have to dress up. You don't have to look like me. You don't have to talk like me. I don't want you to use my pictures and stuff like that if it's going to be for negative reasons, right? But you can convey my message to whoever you want for the purposes of you personally benefiting. And that's one of the biggest aspects of online marketing, specifically when it comes to affiliate marketing. Your job is to not only represent yourself in the best light possible, but your job is also to represent your product and your service, whatever it is that you're promoting. You could be promoting a physical product or a digital product, or if you're in the realm of, promoting coaching programs and things like that, you can be in the realm of promoting people, promoting your particular coach, your particular mentor, the aspects of them that make them great. And it's on you to deliver that message to an audience that they possibly will never reach. Just like how Drewski created his skit to bring light to a person that is well known, they're well known, but maybe just to a select group of people. But he's brought attention to her to a whole new segment, a whole new group of people who might not have been familiar. And now they're going to want to research her. They're going to want to see, hey, was he really spot on? Who is this person? And they might want to get to know the aspects of what he displayed about her for themselves. And there's another saying. They say no publicity is bad publicity, depending on what you want and what you want to achieve. Now, with this particular person, I don't know. Is some pretty bad publicity going on, and will it affect her one way or another? That's yet to be seen. We know that it's affecting her emotionally because I've seen posts and things saying that, she's kind of upset by the portrayal of her. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And from what I see and what the responses are, the portrayal of her is spot on. So maybe it's a time for reflection, of self-reflection, when you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, damn, I have been that type of person. I have represented myself in that way. And maybe I need to change, or maybe I need to correct myself on that. Or you might say, that's just who I am, and you dig deeper into that character. So let's transition a little bit, because today, being Take Your Heart Back Monday, I wanted to actually talk to you guys about one of our latest lives that we are going to have coming up. So within our amazing system, right at 10 a.m., because right now it's 9:37 a.m. EST time, but at 10 a.m., we have a live training held by one of my business partners, Mr. Wayne Crow. He's a coach, he's a mentor, he's the creator of this online opportunity called OLSP. He has specific skill sets, and his skill sets allows him to teach people how to become successful when it comes to online marketing, specifically affiliate marketing, how to present yourself, how to represent a product, and how to do it in a way that becomes attractive to target audiences and leads them to making positive decisions, leads them to becoming leads, and leads them to becoming customers. So this one right here, for the live that's coming up uh, in about 22 minutes, it's called the Cave Cast, day one of a new student's journey. So it says, in today's Cave Cast, we have a very special guest, a brand new student experience where you can see the exact journey new students go through. Get down in the cave with Wayne and his student as they discuss everything you may be wondering, and you can watch the student's success as he goes through the journey of being a student from day, I assume day one. It's cut off a little bit right there, but yeah, that's what we have going on. So I don't want to keep you guys too long, but I hope that the information or the lesson or, you know, what I had to share with you gives you a light bulb moment, helps you direct yourself, be the director of your own story. Because when you're online, you have the ability to do and say and look however you want, and it's on you to be the director of that moment, of that movie, of that series, because it's more like a series. Because every day that you show up consistently, you either show up the same way or you can show up differently. And I'm thinking about various shows. If you think about your favorite show, the character doesn't usually change from one episode to another. They stay pretty consistent. And that's how you build that know, like, and trust with the character, because you kind of know what to expect from them. You know how they're going to react to certain situations. They have their specific catchphrases and they perform their role consistently. And that's a lesson for any successful online marketer to consider. Play your role correctly and consistently. So with that, we're going to close out, and I hope you guys join us at 10 a.m. EST time. And also, if you want to be part of the Hustler's Secret Success System, which is part of the Hustleverse, I want you to comment hustle. If you're watching live, I want you to put a 1 in the comment section. If you happen to have caught us on a replay, I want you to put a 2 in the comment section. Now, there's so many options, so many ways that you can take your heart back on this Monday. One of those ways is consistently there. The link to the most valuable document in all of online marketing is always in the description of the video, which will lead you right here to this document. And you have another way to be able to join us within the Hustleverse by clicking this line right here, what I consider to be the second line in the document, where it says grab your mega link. And if you decide to take action, to take your heart back, to grab your mega link and get your profit center, it will open up a whole new world for you. And you'll be able to represent yourself, a product, a service that you can be proud of. And you'll be able to learn how to actually use that to your benefit. So with that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See you in the next video. See you in the next live. And let's keep moving forward. Have a great rest of your day.
Ah.
woke up to silence, dreams still heavy. Phone screen dry, but my vision stays steady. Mama said, baby, that job ain't your lane. But I clocked in anyway, chasing someone else's gain. That got me dancing with denial at night. Scrolling for hope, but it's hidden from sight. 10 minutes a day, sounded small at first, but in silence, even whispers can't quench a thirst. Notebook in hand, wrote my future in ink. Mapped out my mission before I started to sink. Every post was a prayer, every share had weight. I wasn't selling a link, I was shifting fate. I found my rhythm in the quietest place, where hustle meant healing and grind meant grace. From the corner of doubt, I carved my space. Legacy ain't loud, but it wins the race. 10 minutes a day, brick by brick, built from the bottom, now the vision stick. No hype, no cap, just clarity. This ain't just income, it's legacy. Every click, every song I create etches my name where they can't erase. You can doubt, but you gon' see. 10 minutes a day turned into legacy. People laugh, said she doing too much. Till my PayPal pinged and they changed up the touch. No big brand, no six-figure crew, just a mic, some lyrics, and a dream that grew. Tired of waiting for the gatekeeper's call, so I built my own stage, held my own hall. Suno on deck, that's the beat in my chest. GPT spitting like I'm born to impress. Said I'd never make it, cool, noted. But now my bars turn pain into coated. From broken to branded, I ain't asked for fame, I asked for freedom and I claim my name now. Hustle berry on loop like healing chance, for the girls who grew up with limited chance. This is more than a challenge, it's breaking the chain. Cause 10 minutes a day rewired my brain. 10 minutes a day, brick by brick, built from the bottom, now the vision stick. No hype, no cap, just clarity. This ain't just income, it's legacy. Every click, every song I create etches my name where they can't erase. You can doubt, but you gon' see. 10 minutes a day turned into legacy. Now my daughter sees me different, eyes full of fire. She said, Ma, your words lift me higher. This ain't a hustle, this a heart-led path, where math meets message and message meets math. Community over clicks, value over hype. I ain't here to trend, I'm here to type blueprints for the ones still stuck in fear. Let them borrow my belief till their purpose clear. Haters still quiet, but I'm loud with grace. Posting in peace, not a mask on my face. Every bar I drop, every beat I write, I'm freeing the ones with the pain they hide. 10 minutes ain't much, but it changed my name. Turned struggle into strength,